Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Okay, who's coming?
Guru Srila Prabhupada.
Uh,
How are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you feeling? You were sick.
Yeah, I've got, I think, eyes allergy.
Okay. Yeah, our allergy was bad too. Like few days ago, I was sneezing, and my eyeballs was paining then because by sneezing so much.
Yeah, I think it has to do with the pollen, or there's a lot of hair here, It's a countryside. A lot
Oh,
of tractors and agricultural machines, and they move about lots of
yeah.
hair, and I think some
Oh,
pollen allergy. I'm seeing the doctor quite soon.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, who else is coming?
Arinishta told me she's coming.
Okay.
And Moshikai told me he's making one guy on board also. Another guy.
Okay. Also started. That means
Yeah, let's sing.
hmm.
Jaya Ram
Dhamma,
Madhav
Dhamma,
Jaya
Jai
Kunja
Kunja Bihari.
Hari Ram Madhava
Dhamma,
Jaya
Jai
Kunja
Kunja
Hari
Bihari.
Gopi Janavalabha
Jai
Jayo Girivardhari
Jaya Bhakti
Gopi Jana
Jana Vallabha
Vallabha
Jaya Girivardhari
Girivardhari Yashodanandana Raja Jaganandana
Yashodanandana
Yashodanandana Raja Jaganandana Yamunati Ravanasari Yamunati Ravanasari Yamunati Munati Ravanasari Ram Madha Jaya Kun Madhava Jaya Kun Gopi Janavalabha Jayo Girivardhari Gopi Janavalabha Jayo Girivardhari Yashodanandana Rajajaranjana Yashodanandana Rajajaranjana Yamunatiravanasali 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Govind Madhu Radha Govind Shri Radhe Radha Govind Madhu Radha Govind Madhu Shri Radhe Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Shri Radhe Radha Golokananda Radha Golokananda Shri Radhe Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Golokananda ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Govinda Madhav ki Jai, Shri Krishna Balaram ki Jai, Shri Gonitai ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Srila Gurudev ki Jai, Srimati Tulasi Devi ki Jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Shri Guru Parampara ki Jai. Can you see my screen?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, I,
Okay, so let's read out.
yes, we can.
Go ahead.
Sarva Shastrabdi Piyusha Sarva Vedika Satvala Sarva Siddhanta Ratnadya Sarva Lokeka Drikprada Sarva Bhagavata Prana Srimad Bhagavata Prabhu Kalidanto Dita Ditya Shri Krishna Parivartita. Can you show the translation, Prabhu?
Yeah, go ahead.
O Srimad Bhagavatam, O nectar turned from the ocean of all the Vedic scriptures, O most prominent, transcendental fruit of all the Vedas, O you who are enriched with the jewels of all spiritual philosophical conclusions, O you who grant spiritual vision to all the people of the world, O life breath of the Vaishnava devotees, O Lord, you are the sun which has arisen to dispel the darkness of the Kali Yuga.
I'm
You're actually Lord Krishna who has returned among us.
Go ahead. Anyone?
Prabhu,
Paraman,
read right now. Mataji, can you read? My grandchildren just came, so
sure,
can you read this much?
Paramananda Pataya Prema Varshi Aksharayate Sarvada Sarvasevyaya Shri Krishnaya Namastume. O Srimad Bhagavatam, I offer respectful obeisances unto you by reading you one attains transcendental bliss. For your syllables rain pure love of God upon the reader. You are always to be served by everyone, for you are an incarnation of Lord Krishna. Mad Eka Bandhu Mad Sangin Mad Guru Man Mahadana Mad Nishtaraka Mad Bhagya Mad Ananda Namastute. O Srimad Bhagavatam, O my only friend, O my only companion, O my teacher, O my great wealth, O my deliverer, O my good fortune, O my bliss, I offer respectful obeisances unto you. Asadu sadhu tadayin natini chataraka hanamuncha kada chinmam premna rit kantayosfura. O Srimad Bhagavatam, O giver of saintliness to the unsaintly, O uplifter of the very fallen, please do not ever leave me. Please become manifest upon my heart and my throat, accompanied by pure love of Krishna.
Hi, Hare Krishna. Thank you. Okay, so let's sing the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agyanti Mirandasya Gananjana Shadakaya Shakshu Militam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Sa Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Samjivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitam Sha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Navando Jagate Pej Gopika Kanta Kanta Namoste Tapta Kanchana Gurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshvari Ishabanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vanshakalpa Tarubhyasha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Tanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasadi Gaura Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hi, Swagatam Swagatam. Welcome back. It's been a while. Huh? So we are in the 7th chapter, scheduled incarnations with specific functions. Do you want to recollect? I mean, how long ago have we met, by the way? Do you recollect?
I think last week we didn't meet, last session class.
Last week. No, she was taking her license. I don't know. 24. Today is what? Yeah. Today is, no, actually it was, I don't know what, today is what? Today is Thursday. No, I was in Germany. Yeah, you're right. I was in Germany. Okay. So basically, how many types of incarnation are there of the Lord? There's 6 categories of avatars. Do you
Can I mention?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, there is the Shatyavesh Avatar.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Sure.
Prabhu?
Yeah.
Shatyavesh Avatar, Leela Avatar,
Yeah.
Guna Avatar,
Yeah.
and Leela, Guna, Shaktivesh,
Yug avatar.
and
Yug.
Yuga Avatar. Yeah, yeah. And
Manvantar.
I'm not
Manvantar.
Manvantar Avatar, and yeah,
And within Shaktiavash, you find direct.
and I don't
direct.
remember the other.
Within Shaktiavash,
Yeah,
you find
those.
direct and indirect. So in other words,
Yeah.
when the Shaktiavash has less power, it's called Vibhuti. Vibhuti, for instance, demigod had Vibhutis. And when he has more power, like for instance, Narad or Prithu, they have more power, or the four Kumaras, they are called Shaktiavash. So what is the last one we covered? Remember?
Like Jesus Christ also is Shaktivesh.
Yeah, and even Mahomet. Prabhupada said in one small paper bag, Mahomet is Shaktiavash. So what is the very last avatar we covered? So welcome, Oshika Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Did your friend come?
Is he there? He told me he will join.
I see. He hasn't joined, but he's most welcome.
No, he's not here.
Okay, so what is the very last avatar we covered together, perhaps 2 weeks ago? It was Amshavatar. Remember? Why did he come? Basically, briefly, yeah? You can look it up, 2719.
What was the question, Prabhu?
The last one we discussed was Amshavatar. What's the meaning of Amsh?
Okay, let me go. And that was 2719, you said?
Yeah. So what's the meaning of Amsh?
Okay, I'm gonna see my note.
A swan.
Avatar.
A swan.
Ansha, Avatar.
A swan. Very good. So why
It's
did he come?
swan.
Basically.
Yeah. Well, Amsa was especially Krishna took the Amsa to teach Narad Muni about Bhakti Yoga.
Yes.
And
yes,
usually this is one which is only understood by pure devotee who are completely surrendered to the Lord.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. So Narad, as we know, is the apostle of Bhakti. He has written Narad Bhakti Sutra, Narad Pancharatra. So when it comes to Bhakti, Narad is definitely empowered. Bhakti incarnation of the Lord, basically. You have seen in the Srimad Bhagavatam, is practically the guru of everyone. Can you name a few of his disciples?
Dhruv Maharaj.
Yes.
Prahlad Maharaj.
Yes. None other than?
I guess
Mrigari, the hunter.
Yes, very good. Even God himself took shelter from Narad in the form of is Vishnu. Yet he took initiation from Narad. In which form? Srila Vyasadeva. Okay, so definitely is certainly the most famous, important devotee in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so let's move on. 20. Chakram cha dikshva itaham. Sorry. Chakram cha dikshva vihatam dashasu svatejo nanvatarishu manuvamsh Darubibalti, Dushte Shuraja Sudamam Vyavadhatsva Kirtim, Satye Triprishto Shatim, Pratayam Charitre.
As the incarnation of
Can I read it?
Manu, the Lord became the descendant of the Manu dynasty and ruled over the miscreant kingly order, subduing them by his powerful wheel weapon. Undeterred in all circumstances, his rule was characterized by his glorious fame, which spread over the three lokas and above them to the planetary system of Satyaloka, the topmost in the universe. Satyaloka is also known as Brahmaloka.
Yes, excellent. So tell me about
So,
Manvantara Avatar.
well, as it's mentioned, Prabhupada is also mentioning how the Manvana avatar comes. The regard he comes as a descendant in the Manu dynasty, and as mentioned in the purport very clearly, he comes in each Manvantara, which is explained.
How many Manvantaras?
14. Oh, 14 Manus in one month.
Yeah, there's 14 Manus in the Kalpa. Huh?
Yeah, in one day, Brahma.
Which one are we in?
I don't know. Vivash.
Remember Gita, Idam?
Very much, Manu.
Yes, Idam Vishvavate Manu, 4th chapter. So which number is that in the amongst the 14?
Number 7.
Very good. So we can well assume that for Lord Brahma it is midday, 7, middle of the day. So it's like it must be 12 or something, 12:30 for Brahma. Did you notice the huge number, the rotation of so many Manus a day of Brahma, and what to speak in one kalpa, one. So what is the length? How do you call the full length of the life of Brahma? What's the term?
And like how many Manus are there? Like 500, 4,000?
Yeah, this is alpha lag, basically. But
Kalpa.
the question is, and I asked the question, there are innumerable Brahmas. All of them live only during one breathing period of Mahavishnu. So what is it called? And there's a verse 210:46. You can. I hope you looked it up.
Brahma, they only live one breathing period of Mahavishnu. So you want to know what is it called?
Yes, of course, it's not in the first canto. It's or second. It's in the third canto. One nimesh. Huh? One nimesh. I can write it down for you.
Is 3/8 of a second?
Yeah, it's extremely small. One nimesh.
Yeah, one nimesh is 3/8 of second.
Yeah. On the level of Mahavishnu, it's insignificant. So we made a big fuss, even the life of Brahma is called Mahavikalpa in Sanskrit. See the breathing, you know very well, huh? The breathing periods. Lord Mahavishnu, sorry, is exhaling. So then all the universes come out and grow bigger and distance themselves from his body. And then in due course of time, that's only one nimesh on his level. He's breathing in. It's called Nirodha in Sanskrit. That's one of the 10 topics. Everything is being withdrawn within his body. Everything, the lokas, the universes, the jivas, pradhan. So we're making a big fuss. My life is so important. Even the life of Brahma is nimesh. Nimesh means 3/8 of a second or something. So we are totally insignificant. Even Brahma. So, and then did you notice one sentence? The embodied living entity is diseased by the very construction of his body. What's the meaning?
Mhm.
We are chronically diseased. I'm left for the last, few weeks, I'm always diseased. You know, it's part of our life. We should be thinking, well, it's very rare. No, as soon as you are born, you become diseased. And of course, it's going to aggravate with age. So one of the name of the Lord is Bavo Shadi. There's a verse 10,
But that's on 21, 2721.
2720.
Vavoshadi,
Yeah,
21.
that's the name of the Lord actually. There's a verse 10:14. Nivrita Tasher Upagi Yamanas Bavo Shadi Shrotamano Biramat. And this is Maharaj Parikshit. That Nivrita Tasher Upagi Yamanat Bavo Shadi Shrotamano Biramat. For those who have rejected this material world, only they, then Krishna Katha will act as Bavo Shadi. Bavo Shadi means medicinal herbs. You know, when you are sick, you take Ayurvedic tonic. Tonic means rasayan. Bavo Shadi means medicinal herbs. What is this medicinal herbs? Krishna Katha. Nivrita Tarsher Upagi Yamanat Bavo Shadi Shrotra Mano Biramat. Abiram means very pleasing to the ear and to the heart when you hear Krishna Katha. And it will, assuage your disease. Bavarog. The disease of this natural world is called Bavarog. Rog means disease. We are diseased of this bodily concept of life. The very construction of the body is going to trigger disease. Just like in your car, whatever you have, it's wearing off every day. Your tires are wearing off. Your engine is wearing off. Everything is wearing off every day. It's called the wear down factor. Wear and tear, I think we say in English. Everything is wearing off. The car is, even though as soon as you buy it, it's wearing off. Same as what you speak when your car is my car is 17-year-old, it's at the end. Okay, anyway. 22. Kshatram Kshayaya Vidino Pabritam Mahatma Brahmadrud Ujjitapatam Narakartilipsu
You
Udantya.
should be.
Sorry?
Is it
It should be 21,
21?
Prabhu.
This is 22.
We should read 21. Or
Oh,
why
sorry.
22?
Oh,
We
sorry.
didn't read 21.
Yeah, I forgot 21. Sorry. Danvantarischa Bhagavan Swayameva Kirti Namnanalinam Purujam Puja Ashuhanti Yagecha Bhagam Amritayu Avavarunda Ayushyavedam Anushasthyava Tiryaloke.
The Lord in his incarnation of Dhanvantri very quickly cures the diseases of the ever-diseased living entities simply by his fame personified. And only because of him do the demigods achieve long lives. Thus the personality of Godhead becomes ever glorified. He also exacted the share from the sacrifices, and he is only who inaugurated the medical science or the knowledge of the medicine in the universe. So in 2721, Dhanvantri, he can cure the diseases by his fame, right, or personified. and the demigods get long lives, and then he can do medical science in the universe. That's where the medical science came from. And then the Lord, he is the one that in his incarnation was in the form of Dhanvantari, and it is also written in the Vedas, and he's the source of all the knowledge of medicine. And the body is the symbol of disease. Actually, the body and the mind are the both symbols of disease for this material world. And for materialistic like us, we have birth and death. Disease may differ. Diseases will differ, and they are different, but we will all suffer, right? And the Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of God, Baba Sadi, whatever, by the grace of God, disease and mind, body is cured. The soul is relieved of constant repetition of birth and death. And then we discuss about the Baba Sadi, what it means, source of disease, of curing the disease of mankind existence. Okay,
Yes, that's
that's what the whole thing is about.
yeah. Yeah, so basically, I don't know if you can see my screen. Vishwanath explain. Swayam Kirti is the embodiment of fame.
Oh, we can see it now.
Can you see?
Yeah, we see something now.
So, in which canto is it depicted, this Dhanvantari?
Then, was it 4?
No, it's canto 8. Huh?
Okay.
Amrita, it can make you free from disease. Huh? Ayurveda, what's the meaning of Ayurveda? Ayurveda. Ayu Arati Putsam Ujanashtan Shayana. So Ayu means to make the life longer. Ayu, the longevity of life. This is the Ved dealing with how to prolong life, free from disease. So remember, he was quite involved with the demons. Remember, he's quite connected to Mohini Murti. He appeared around the same time as her. And he took the portions of Amrit that was meant by the demons. Anyway, he's a very famous Vishnu Tattva. Kshatram Kshayaya Vidonu Pabritam Mahatma Brahmadrug Ujjita Patam Narakirti Lipsu Udantya Savavana Nikantakam Mugraviryas Trisapta Kridva Arudhara Parasvadena.
Okay, does Prabhu can read, or we can read?
Oh, I will read.
Okay,
I
22, right?
just know that Prabhu is already on this second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, just a second. When the ruling administrators, who are known as the Kshatriyas, turn astray from the path of the absolute truth, being desirous to suffer in hell, the Lord, in his incarnation as the sage Parshuram, uprooted those unwanted kings who appeared as the thorns of earth. Thus he thrice 7 times uprooted the Kshatriyas with his keenly sharpened chopper.
Yeah, so we're talking about which incarnation here?
Parshuram.
Yeah.
For sure.
Parashuram, or else he's got another name also, very famous.
Oh, just
Janmadagni Sutta.
No, Jamadagni was the father of Parashuram.
Yes, Sutta,
but
it means the son of Janmadagni.
Yeah, you're right. Obviously, you're right. Brigupati also. Huh? Brigupati. So basically,
I didn't see the name there.
Sorry, Mataji.
I said I didn't see that name here. Brigupati.
But I'm just telling you.
Isn't it? Okay.
There's not only this verse dealing with Parashuram in the Bhagavatam. You can look it up in the third chapter, first canto also. So why did he come?
To
Why?
relieve,
What is the purpose of his incarnation?
to relieve the burden of the earth, who was suffering from the perpetual miseries caused by the Adharma kings.
Yeah, Brahmojita Path. Brahmojita Path means those who are against Vedic culture. So obviously they have to be eradicated. Vinashaya Chadushkritam, Krishna says. So what we speak now, if he would come now, he would be working day and night. So do you know why Dasharat, how many wives Dasharat has? Do you know?
Oh, what I know is
Three.
every time Parshuram, every time he would come, Dasharat would get married because Parshuram said if a Kshatriya is getting married, he will not kill that Kshatriya at that time.
Yeah,
Is that so?
exactly. Actually, besides those 4 that we know, he had 352 wives because he was attacked so many times by Parashuram, and each time, like you said, he married in order to protect himself. That is why on the way back, I don't know if you remember, once the brothers got married in what is it called, that city?
Ayodhya,
Mithila.
name
Mithila.
Mithil.
He got married in Mithila. On the way back, the whole retinue from Ayodhya had come, fathers and the whole army and ministers. It was a big procession. They got attacked by Parashuram. And there was a challenge between the two, Lord Ram and Lord Parashuram. And Lord Parashuram told him, oh, I heard you broke the Lord Shiv's vow. What about this one? And he was holding in his hand Lord Vishnu's vow. What about this one? Can you break it? Can you do something? Of course, Lord Ram is much more powerful than Lord Parashuram. He broke it. So immediately, Lord Parashuram, what he did, he did parikrama of Lord Ram, and he took his retirement. He took his retirement pension. And he took off for the mountains. Because remember, Ramadi Murti Shukalan Niyaminati Shtan. After Krishna, who is the most powerful? Ram and
Nrsingadev.
Nrsingadev. Shada Eshvaya Purna Bhagavan. They are called Shat Eshvaya Purna Bhagavan. After Lord Krishna, they're the most powerful. So Parashuram is no match. And then he surrendered. He offered his obeisances. He said, yes, I agree. You are much more powerful than me.
So I have a question here.
Yeah, your voice is.
Hey Krishna,
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question. So it's mentioned Parshuram came to especially he would kill the Kshatriyas whenever they become godless and plan a godless civilization. But Dashrath was not a godless
Yeah, good point. Very good point. So,
Kshatriya. He
yeah,
was a pious Kshatriya. So why would he be?
yeah,
Why would he even be deserved to be killed?
yeah, it's a fact. Lord Parashuram didn't discriminate much. Each time he would see Kshatriya in power, he would provoked him and defeat him. Yeah, at the end, he was not so much discriminating. He was Rodra Ras, and this is one of the secondary Ras. Rodra means anger.
Yeah, but then as ordinary human being, how do we reconcile? How do we accept the fact that
That is why. That
the
is why.
Supreme Lord?
It's all explained in the next verse 23. That is why Lord Ram put an end to his actions, because he was going over the top. In other words, the Kshatriyas were offered to him like a gift, and he was full of Rodra, Ras, full of anger. So that is why Lord Ram put an end to his.
Yeah, I understood that, but you see, Kshatriyas are needed to protect
So
the
that's what I'm saying.
society. It's
He
their
kind of overdid it, you know. He killed many Rakshas, Vinashaya Chadushkritam, but specifically with this one, he put his foot in the mouth, you know, when he started to provoke Dasharat. That is why Lord Ram gave him a good lesson, and he banished him, actually. We can discuss now. You will see 23. It's all about this. Asmat Prasada Sumukha Kalaya Kalesh Ishvakuvamsh Avatirya Guru Nidesh Tishtan Vanamsa Dayitanuja Avivesh Yasmin Virudya Dash Kandara Artimarchat.
Due to his causeless mercy upon all living entities within the universe, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, along with his plenary extensions, appeared in the family of Maharaj Ikshvaku potency Sita. Dashrath, he entered the forest and lived there for considerable years with his wife and younger brother, Ravana, who was very materially powerful, with 10 heads on his shoulders, committed a great offense against him and was thus ultimately vanquished. So, as we know, Lord Ramachandra is, can we say Ramachandra? Yeah, Ramachandra is Yuga Avatar. And
Ramadev is definitely Vishnu. He's not a Jiv, or he's not a Shaktyavesh. He's the Lila avatar.
So, what about Yuga Avatar?
It could be also. Sometimes what happens is you may have a personality who has different hats. It could be just like Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is Yuga Avatar for Kali Yuga, but also is Avatari. So Ram was, as far as I know, the Yuga Avatar for Treta Yuga, but he was also, on top of that, is Avatari.
Yeah, so we can say Lord Ramachandra is both Guna Avatar and Lila Avatar as well.
Yeah, he's Avatari anyway. He's Avatari. Avatari means all the avatars are within him.
But Prabhu, it's mentioned that he is an incarnation of Lord Vasudev. So is he from the first expansion from the first Chaturvyuha of Vasudev?
Yeah, basically Chaturvyuha, his brothers are Vishnu Tattva as well. So it's coming from that Chaturvyuha, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Anirudh. The Prabhupada explained very nicely here. Bharat, incarnation of Pradyumna. Shatrung, incarnation of Anirudh. And even Sita, do you think she's Jiv? No, she's Shakti Tattva.
No, she's
Yes.
Tensi.
Shakti also touches.
She's not in the category of Durga. No, she's into Haridam. She's coming from Haridam. Haridam means Vikund. Whereas we are in Devidam, remember? Presided by Durga. So Sita is not in the category of Durga at all. She's Shakti Tattva. She's expansion of Srimati Radharani, basically. Yeah.
Sita,
Mhm.
okay, Sita.
So we should never get mixed up. Huh? Those four brothers are Vishnu Tattva.
Yeah.
They are not Jiva.
Mhm.
And we know the story. Ravan. Ravan himself was Amsh of Jai Vijay. Yeah. Kalesh. Lord Ram is called Kalesh. Kalesh means master of all opulences. It's important to know about the avatars. What is the example given in 1.3.28? 1.3.28 is the emperor shlok of the Srimad Bhagavatam. What is it? You should know that shlok by heart. It is the emperor shlok. Prabhupada gives a beautiful analogy in regard to the 6 types of avatars. First, let's hear from you that shlok, 1.3.28. Ete chamshakala pumsha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrarivya kulam lokam mridayanti yuge yuge. This is called the emperor shlok. If you don't know this shlok, you don't know Bhagavatam. Very simple. It's like if you say, if you don't know letter A, you cannot start to boast that you know alphabets if you don't even know letter A. Yeah. So what is the meaning of that verse, 1.3.28? Of all the incarnations, Krishna, Sutta Goswami mentions in the 3rd chapter, 1st canto, of all the incarnations and the sub-incarnations that I listed, he listed about 22, Krishna is none other but the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay? So, and then the example of Srila Prabhupada in 1.3.28 is a long purport. What is it? The example of the bulb. Can you explain the bulb example? You have a bulb. I've got a bulb here, right over my desk.
The light bulb,
Yeah.
how the electricity passes through the bulb. Is the problem?
Yeah, so please explain. It's a beautiful example. You know, the wattage, the voltage within your bulb differs. It may be 110, 220 watts, it may be 500 watts, 5 billion watts. There's the light on top of Eiffel Tower. It is the most powerful light on this planet. It beams around 300-400 kilometers. That light is so powerful.
So,
You can see 300-400 kilometers away. And it rotates on top of Eiffel Tower. So obviously the wattage of that light and my little bulb here over my desk, it's totally different wattage or voltage. In the same way, according to the need of the time, the avatars would be more or less empowered. You follow?
yeah, so Krishna is the powerhouse,
Exactly.
and all these bulbs are different incarnation, and according to the, as you mentioned, according to the intensity, according to the Shakti of Krishna's different incarnation. So the bulbs represent Krishna's different incarnations.
Exactly. And remember Arjuna in the 1st canto, when he came back after 7 months of absence, came back from Dwarka. Remember his state of affair? Chapter 15 or so, 14, 15. He was
He
half,
was almost lifeless.
yeah, he was half the man he used to be, lifeless, emaciated, pale. He had lost all his powers. Why? Prabhupada gives a beautiful reason why he became totally dejected.
Because Krishna left
Yeah.
the world and he found no reason, like he became lifeless due to the absence of Krishna.
Yeah, and there's no need to be empowered like anything, empowered incarnation to go back to Godhead. Do you need to be empowered to go back to Godhead? No. This is, you're going to spiritual world. Do you need to be endowed with so much Shakti? No. The only Bhakti, the only Shakti that you need is Bhakti. Bhakti Mama Bijanati. So all these weapons are, on the contrary, they are the source of botheration, basically. 24. Yasma adat udadi udha bayanga vipo magam sapadyari puram aravat didakshoho dure surin matitaro shushon drishtya tatapyaman makarurag nakrat chakraha.
Okay. The personality of Godhead Ramachandra, being aggrieved for all his distant and intimate friend Sita, glanced over the city of the enemy Ravana with red hot eyes like those of Hara, who wanted to burn the kingdom of heaven. The great ocean, trembling in fear, gave him his way because in its family members, the aquatic like the sharks, snakes, and the crocodiles were being burned by the heat of the angry red hot eyes of the Lord. Okay, so in this chapter, in this text, uh, it's about the absolute truth is the source of everything, about the sentiment of the supreme personality of the Lord. So his anger and his mercy is same. So we should never think that his anger and mercy is different. So Ramchandra here, when he was in separation with Sita, and he glanced over Lanka with his red hot eyes, like Hara, the ocean trembled in fear and gave back, and it was so hot that all this aquatic, the shark and whales and everybody, I think they died in there. So it was very safe for them to go, right, and give the way to the members. Um, and the supreme personality of Godhead is Nitya, like chief external of all externals. And there are two kinds of externals, but they are same. They have they're different in quality, not in quantity. So the Lord has got this transcendental sentiment, and the impersonalist, they think otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Really good. So this anger, we have to understand the very fact that Ravan dared to steal Sita. That's created a very deep transcendental anger in Lord Ram. So that anger repercuted itself on the poor inhabitants of the ocean. When Varun did refuse to comply to his request, now the Lord's request, please, he was a bit slow, so he suffered greatly. He got severely burned by Lord Ram. That's the same anger because basically it started off with the kidnapping of Sita. Okay. So Vaksha Sthalasparsha Rugna Mahendra Vaha Danter Vidambita Kukubjush Uda Asam Sajo Shubi Sahavinash Vineshyati Dara Hartu Vishpuri Jiter Danush Ucharato Di Shenye.
When Ravana was engaged in the battle, the trunk of the elephant which carried the king of heaven, Indra, broke in pieces, having collided with the chest of Ravana, and the scattered broken parts illuminated all directions. Ravan therefore felt proud of his prowess and began to loiter in the midst of the fighting soldiers, thinking himself the conqueror of all directions. But his laughter, overtaken by joy, along with his very air of life, suddenly ceased with the tingling sound of the bow of Ramachandra, the personality of God.
Yeah. So, yeah, Vishwanath explained here. Ravan had turned the directions white. Why? Because he dismantled the task of Airavat. Who is Airavat?
Carrier of God Indra.
Airavat is the elephants of Indradev. He's got 4 tasks, and they were totally dislocated and scattered. So the whole direction became white. Actually, he's huge. He's not just a regular African elephant from this planet. Airavat hit the chest of Ravan, and poor guy, he had to suffer tremendously. Yeah? His
A-
tusk, the broken.
Aravat actually came from the churning of the ocean, no?
I cannot hear you, Prabhu. Your voice is very faint.
I'm saying he appeared from the churning of the ocean.
Yeah, exactly. In the 8th canto, yeah. And of course, at the end of the day, Ram killed Ravan. There's always a happy ending. Dharma samspatayataya sambhavami yuge yuge. Because pride comes before the fall. So 26, very important verse. We may spend, I would say, perhaps half an hour on this verse. You will see. Extremely deep verse. Bhume surita varuta vina vimarditaya klesh vyayaya kalayasita Krishna keshaha tata
Jata
charisyati dananupalaksham tamani chatma upani bondanananai.
When the world is overburdened by the fighting strength of kings who have no faith in God, the Lord, just to diminish the distress of the world, descends with his plenary portion. The Lord comes in his original form with beautiful black hair, and just to expand his transcendental glories, he acts extraordinarily. No one can properly estimate how great he is.
Yes,
So here we are talking the uh, about Krishna himself,
exactly.
as Krishna mentioned in this verse from Bhagavad Gita. He comes whenever there is decline in religion. Um, I forgot this verse, Prabhu. Can you tell me the very first?
Oh yeah.
Dharma,
Dharma
Dharma
samspatayataya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Yeah.
Yada yada idhamasya
Yeah,
glanirva.
yes, yes. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata. Yeah. So as we see, Krishna, I mean, in this verse, Krishna's the reason Krishna comes is to whenever there is a increase in irreligion. So practically, Mother Earth is burdened. So Krishna comes to diminish the burdens of Mother Earth. And also, it's mentioned how he doesn't come alone. He comes with his immediate expansion, Lord Baladev.
Yes.
Yeah, and their yeah, I mean it's mentioned about their hair. I didn't know their hair will be so prominent even for Krishna and Balram, like it's mentioned by Prabhupada. that they both have beautiful black hair.
Yeah. So, yes, it's a very important verse. There's a whole speculation. Even some sages even say that uh, that Krishna and Balaram are white, respectively, white and black hair of Lord Vishnu. So Jiva Goswami is extremely heavy, and he's going to dismantle this nonsense. Vishwanath also. So let's go carefully into that verse. First of all, here, Bhume. Now, Bhume means Bhumi.
Bhumi.
So you can understand Krishna is Bhuma Purush. Bhuma Purush, sometimes it's called. Can you see my screen here of Jiva Goswami? What do you see on the screen?
Krishna 2.726.
Okay, so let me reshare. Something is wrong. Let me share properly. Share. Let me share. Can you see now?
Krishna 2.726.
Yeah. So this is Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami is quite heavy on this one. So the opulences of the various incarnations of Godhead are manifested by the mercy of Bhum Purush, Bhuma Purush. It's Krishna. Now Sridhar Swami. Sridhar Swami is the topmost Acharya. There's no one more powerful than Sridhar Swami when it comes to commentator. He's number one. He's the Pati. Mahaprabhu said he's the Pati. He's the father of commentator. Even in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, who dares to find fault with him? There's a great Acharya.
Yeah,
He found
it's,
fault with Sridhar Swami.
Gopal Bhatt Goswami's father.
Balabhacharya. Balabhacharya is more powerful. He's same age as Mahaprabhu. And one time in Puri, he told Mahaprabhu, please, I want to show you my commentary on Bhagavatam. I think it's even better than Sridhar Swami's. Mahaprabhu told him, you're a prostitute. Get out of here. Get out of here. He was banned, severely banned, for years. And only by the grace of Gadadhar Pandit was he reinstated. And even Mahaprabhu was angry against Gadadhar Pandit. Severely banned. He dared to find fault with Sridhar Swami, but he said you're a prostitute.
What is the reason behind this pastime, Prabhu? Like we see.
Well, you never question Sridhar Swami. Mahaprabhu himself said Sridhar Swami is the Pati, the father of the commentators. There's about 110 commentators on Bhagavatam. They're all even Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami is considered the greatest learned devotee in the history of the planet Earth. Past, present, future. There's no one even coming close to Jiva Goswami. Even Jiva Goswami is subservient to Sridhar Swami. It's not a lila, it's to be implemented. As soon as you dare to find fault with Sridhar Swami, your life is finished, basically. That is why Balabhacharya, he got somewhat redeemed by Gadadhar Pandit, and then he went to the Gujarat, and we know he opened which path? Pushti Marga.
Pushti.
Which has we call Balabhacharya. And Srimati Morarji, she gave the ticket on the Jaladut. She was from that line. So anyway, let's get into 26. This is to establish, like she said, Nishta, the 26 is establishing Vishnu, I mean Krishna and Balaram. There are no more avatars like we discussed. This is totally the supreme personality of God. So someone can read here, because there's a lot to read, you will see. Living the sphere of Bhagavatam, can you see that?
No.
Yeah, I
You
can
don't,
see.
you don't see my my screen?
Yeah.
I can see.
Can
Yeah,
I
I
can
can.
see.
Living the sphere of Bhagavatam, can you read out?
Yes.
Can
yeah,
you-
the last one.
Living the sphere Bhagavatam, the critic of our Paribhasa Sutra may push forward quotes from other Vedic literatures in an attempt to refuse out a statement that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. In the following section of this essay, we will present the proper explanation of all these verses. When the demigods went to see Vishnu to remove the burden of the earth, this was the reply of Mahavishnu. Powerful statement that goes against Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam.
So
For
now,
example,
go ahead, go ahead.
yeah. For example, our critic may quote the following verse from Vishnu Puran. Our critic may Ujjaharatmana Kesho Sita Krishno Maha Muni. Our critic may interpret this verse to mean, O great sage Lord Vishnu, then plucked a white and black hair from his
Yeah, your voice is trailing off.
own
Yeah, we lost you.
transcendental body,
Yeah,
and
your voice
these
is trailing off. I mean,
two hairs became his
Turn it off.
incarnations,
yeah,
known as
the connection is
can
not good, Anishta, from your side. Huh? It's not good. It's not good.
So I want
No,
to
it doesn't work.
read.
We cannot hear you at all. It's
So I want to read.
yeah, it doesn't work. O great sage, Lord Vishnu then plucked the white and black hair from his own transcendental body, and then these hairs.
Someone else can read.
I cannot hear what you're saying.
But she said somebody else can read.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm reading. And these two hairs became his incarnation, known as Balaram and Krishna. This is a severe speculation, very severe. Our critic may also quote the following verses from the Mahabharata. Lord Vishnu, Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, snatched two hairs, one white and one black, from his head. These two hairs entered the wombs of Rohini and Devaki, members of the Yadu dynasty. Balaram was born of Rohini and Krishna was born of Devaki. Thus Balaram appeared from the first hair and Krishna appeared from the second hair. A similar non-detailed statement is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. In this commentary on this verse 22:7-26, Bhume Suretara Varuta, Sridhar Swami gives the proper explanation of these passages from Vishnu Purana and Mahabharata. Sometimes in the Vedic literatures, Krishna and Balaram are described as white and black keshas. Keshas means hair.
Here.
In this
Like-
context, the word kesha doesn't mean hair, but
Oh.
it is used in the sense of splendor. If you look at 26, it says Sita Krishna Kesho, means Balaram and Krishna who have beautiful white and black hair complexions. It doesn't mean that black and white hairs grew at a certain time on the head of the changeless Supreme Person. The Vishnu Puran explained Ujjara Mana Kesho. This phrase means the forms of Balaram and Krishna relieve the burden of the earth. If one tries to interpret the word Kesha in these passages as hair and contends that Balaram and Krishna are incarnations of two of Lord Vishnu's hairs, it will contradict the clear statements of many verses in the Vedic literatures, and it will especially contradict the authoritative statement of Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. Even if one insists that the word kesh must mean hair and cannot mean anything else, it is not at all necessary that one interpret that Balaram and Krishna are incarnations of Vishnu. One may also interpret that Vasudeva and Sankarshan are incarnations of the black and white hair from the head of Lord Krishna. Understood in this way, we may conceive of the following conversation between Lord Krishna and demigods in order to properly understand these two quotes from the Vishnu Purana and Mahabharata. Lord Krishna may have said to the demigods, "My dear demigods, why do you ask me to personally appear in this material world? I don't need to personally come, but rather I shall send my expansions of Shankarshan and Vasudev, who are like white and black hairs on my head. Shankarshan and Vasudev will certainly fulfill your request by removing the burden of the world. Even my two heirs can remove the burden of the earth. It's not a big job." He didn't uproot, he lifted the two hairs, signifying Balaram and Krishna's appearance. The statement Ujarahatmana Kesho, explained by Bopadev Goswami in his commentary Muktafaltika. Ka means count, beloved, Ram, dual case, Lord. The word Kesho, it appears here, if you look at 26, it appears, Kesho, consists of Ka, Kanta, beloved, and Isho. Ka means blissful, happiness, and Isho, the two lords of, means the two personalities of Godhead, two lords of happiness. In the phrase Sita Krishna Kesho, it's mentioned in 26. The word Sita is the name of Balaram. This phrase therefore means Balaram and Krishna, who are the two blissful personalities of Godhead. The interpretation that these words mean Balaram and Krishna are incarnations of the two hairs of Lord Vishnu is not correct, for it is contradicted by the following explanation found in Harivamsh. After thus instructing the demigods of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, traveled on Garud to a concealed mountain cave. In that cave, the Lord assumed his original form as Lord Krishna, ordering Garud to wait for him in that cave. The Lord then descended to earth in his original form. Anirudh merged into Vishnu. So he's giving a major chunk of proof. Jiva Goswami is not happy, telling you. What to speak of the personality of Godhead, even the inferior demigods are free from the defects of old age. Because the personality of Godhead is always free from the symptoms of age. His hairs do not turn gray or white with age, as do those of a conditioned human being. The Vedic literatures always describe the hairs of the Supreme as black. There is no description of white hairs. Hairs either naturally white or turn white with age in the spiritual body of the personality of Godhead. For this reason, the story of white and black hairs from the head of Lord Vishnu is not very plausible. The learned will not accept it. So can you imagine? He's going for page and page and page and page. It's very heavy. Therefore, the statement of the Vishnu Puran should be understood in the following way. The word Atmana means from himself. The word Kesho means the two incarnations, Vasudeva and Sankarshan, who have black and white complexions. And the word Ujahara means manifested. It means the Lord then appeared as Vasudeva and Sankarshan, who have black and white complexions. He manifested two hairs to show he was manifest from these two personalities, Krishna and Balaram. Anyway, I think you got the point.
It's a lot of notes, eh?
It goes a lot. I mean, I'm telling you, when Jiva Goswami is angry, he's like that. He's an extremely heavy person. if you dare to touch about the identity of Krishna, he's going to smash you to pieces. No one can resist Jiva Goswami. He will make you into powder. This is Jiva Goswami. And he will grind you into powder. Philosophically, he's like a machine. He's a grinding machine. Anyway, so I don't want to go on, but don't fall into this Maha speculation of black hair and white hair. This is nonsense.
Prabhu, I
Maha.
have one question.
Yes, Prabhu.
Like Prabhupada also give details of the whenever he installed deities, he would precise the color and all the details. But how come we have deities of Krishna with like white complexion also?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh, I asked that too. You know what I asked Radhika that was here like a few
Radhika
weeks.
Raman.
No, there was a lady that came from India, Radhika Kripa. I asked her, why are the deities white and black? She said that depends on the temple who want what color.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that you got your answer. So now I want to.
We see that,
Yes, Narinishta, go ahead.
but I mean, Krishna is neither white nor the black color that our deities are.
Yeah, so anyway, go
In
ahead.
Mauritius, I don't know, in Mauritius, there is one lake, Grand Bassin. They have installed a deity of Radha Krishna, and they have tried to paint Krishna as this color that is mentioned about Gansham, like when it's almost to rain, the cloud is not dark, but not, I mean, how we
Fresh
call it.
Fresh.
Yeah, but our temples all over the world have just total white or black Krishna. I mean, which is, I mean, it's never mentioned in the scripture.
No,
Krishna's color is.
there is one instance Prabhupada was like for the temple in Vrindavan, Krishna Balaram. Prabhupada personally instructed that color. He said, actually, it's not the original color of Krishna, but it come close to that color.
Aceton Buddha. And the original color of Krishna is Aceton Buddha. What's the meaning of Aceton Buddha? Sudarangam, you know the verse. Aceton Buddha Sundarangam Brahmasamhita. That's the exact color.
So we understand that the real color of Krishna, we cannot have an example on this world. Like Krishna's, he wears the color yellow. His cloth is yellow. So the yellow that we know in this world is the same as the yellow that Krishna wears. Am I right?
Yeah. See, you cannot find marble on this planet which is like Aceton Buddha color. It's not possible. Aceton Buddha means a monsoon cloud ready to burst. It's not black. It's not navy blue.
No, but here they have in one of the place in Mauritius, they have almost that color, monsoon blue. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So I was like, why our temples
that's a
have
very
just
good point. ISKCON should follow that.
black?
I agree with you. They should try to be as close as possible.
Exactly.
They don't want to
Krishna
bother.
is not.
They don't
Krishna
want
is not black like this black.
Actually, Krishna means also black in Sanskrit.
Okay, but you know what? Similarly, Prabhupada's deity like wall white too. Like if you go to South Africa, it's like more blackish. If you go to China, it's like Chinese color. So they put the color according to their likes. I've seen that too. Because Prabhupada doesn't look the same color everywhere. He's different color.
Yeah. So anyway, even Vishwanath, see, I'm going back to these two hairs, black and white. Vishwanath is also extremely heavy. Yeah? He cannot tolerate the great acharyas like this. They cannot tolerate any nonsense. They immediately reject this nonsense. If one
And
examines,
then,
yes,
no, sorry, Prabhu, go ahead.
if one examines the superficial meaning of these two statements, Vishnu Puran and Mahabharata, they are contradictory and should be rejected. Full stop. So they don't like it. Jiva Goswami doesn't like it, and Vishwanath also.
So
Shita
Prabhu,
Krishna,
like,
Sita Krishna Kesh, it's mentioned there. Can you see 26? Shri Krishna Kesh doesn't mean white and black hair. It expresses the beauty. See?
mhm.
This
So
is,
do we understand, you mentioned previously that what I understood is everybody from in this 14 planetary system up to Brahmalok, we are all under the effect of birth, disease, old age, and death.
yeah.
So at some point you mentioned, so you want to say that Lord Brahma's hair is white not because of old age?
No, you cannot say that. It's improper. Look at the
Prabhu,
Vitacharya. Vitacharya is got white hair. He's Vishnu himself.
But then Prabhu, how about Advaita Acharya?
I'm saying he's not. Do you think he's not the Jiva? It's Vishnu himself.
Exactly. So the reason behind he has this white beard and hairs, even in Panchtattva temple,
Well, there's
we
a whole
see.
controversy. There's some Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur went into that controversy. He has quoted statements that the beard of Advaitacharya is black. He has
Yeah, why
quoted,
did they be white?
so there's a whole controversy in ISKCON, dating back from the time of Bhaktisiddhanta, actually. Then he found some quotes. Madhavanand Prabhu has discussed that in his those magazines. I don't know if you received those magazines. For the last 40 years, he has been sending out those beautiful magazines.
Back to Godhead?
No. It's called
Oh.
Shri Krishna Katamrita or something like that. I've been receiving it.
Yeah.
Madhavanand is certainly one of the most erudite devotee on the planet. And he has got into that controversy, and he's quoting Bhaktisiddhanta, who said, no, he's got a black beard. And of course, there's other statements that say, no, it's white. So ISKCON is still hanging loose, basically.
Because you see, before this is going through this lecture today, I mean, I always assume Advaita Acharya has this white beard because he's old and he's one among the Panch Tattva. He was, I mean, Mahaprabhu was not even born when he was in
Yeah,
Advaita.
when Mahaprabhu was born, Advaita was 60. So Advaita lived 100. There's a lot of noise, huh? And
Open a window.
yeah, it's extremely noisy. I don't know, perhaps something wrong with your computer. Anyway, to go back to those hairs, I don't want to make a big fuss, but the acharyas are going heavily on this one. Forget this speculation at all.
also one point that when Vajranath was trying to install deities of Krishna,
Yeah.
so to get the exact form of Krishna, he took the help of how we call Uttara, who described how Krishna was like resembling the three deities Radha Govinda Dev, Radha Madan Mohan, the like the upper part, middle part, and
Yeah.
the lower part.
That's Radharamanya. That's got the three parts, and Radha Gopinath also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we got enough. This is a beautiful part. 26 is very important, dealing with the supremacy of Krishna. And even I've got more stuff, but I don't want to be too lengthy. Page 14, Jiva Goswami explained how, because someone could say, well, how come people, devotees, can make such a blunder in Vishnu Puran and even Mahabharata? Can you imagine? That's a good question. If you go to page 14, he explains, Jiva Goswami, that some even sages, see, Jiva Goswami is quite heavy. Even sages, when they do speak in Mahabharata or Vishnu Puran, that's still their own convolution. They still express their own verdict, you know. So he explained like that we cannot even refer to the sages. We have to be very careful. The sages can speak in accordance with Tattva, Tattvavid, Siddhant. If the Siddhant of the sages is in a line with Siddhant, Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhant, yes, we accept. As soon as it is outside the Siddhant, that has to be rejected. Even if it is a sage from Mahabharata or Vishnu Puran. Jiva Goswami is heavy, yeah? Very heavy person. He cannot tolerate. So that is why, as far as we are concerned, we are, you know, Gaudiya Vaishnava, we stick to the verdict of the predecessors in our line, not this line, that line, no. We stick to our line, Gaudiya Vaishnava, Jiva Goswami, Vishwanath, Sridhar Swami, Baladev Vidyabhushan, Rupa Goswami, etc., etc. We don't come out. Otherwise, you will find many things. Oh, Krishna is just a white hair, you know, black hair, white hair. What is this nonsense? Anyway, we had enough. 27. Tokena Jiv Haranam Yaduluki Kayas Tre Masikasya Chapada Shakato Pavritha Yan Ringa Tantara Gatina Divis Prishova Unmuranam Twitatara Tarjunayo Na Bhavyam.
Whose turn is it now?
This is 27. Yeah.
Whose turn it is to read now?
You can read Murshikar.
Okay. There's no doubt about Lord Krishna's being the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, how was it possible for him to kill a giant demon like Putana when he was just on the lap of his mother? To overturn a cart with his leg when he was only 3 months old? Or to uproot a pair of Arjuna trees so high that they touched the sky when he was only crawling? All these activities are impossible for anyone other than the Lord himself.
Yeah. Explain, Prabhu.
So here in description of some Bal Lila of Krishna with interaction with Putna, the demoness, and Shaktakshur, the god demon, and Krishna doing the Damodar, uprooting the Arjuna trees. So this all demonstrate that Krishna is not ordinary person.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is also a big chunk of Jiva Goswami on this verse. He's quoting 1725, Tathayam Shavataraste Bhuvo Bara Jihir Shaya Svanam Chananya Bhavanam Anyudanaya Shasakrit. He says, this is Arjuna speaking in this verse actually in the Bhagavatam 1.7.25. You appear in this world in this way in your spiritual form with a desire to relieve the burden of the earth and to give continuous happiness to your dedicated devotees by letting them worship you. That's the real reason for this advance, to mitigate the pains of separation from his pure devotees. That's the real stuff. The rest is external. Removed Vinashaya Chadushkritam, Dharma Samsatanataya. These are external stuff. The real stuff is to mitigate the pangs of separation of. So Sridhar Swami again, Sridhar Swami speaks, doesn't relieving the burden of the earth take place by my desire alone? Krishna is asking this question. No, you come to give happiness to your devotees. That's the main thing. Then he's quoting, he can relieve the earth of its burden by his desire. Krishna is Satya Sankalpa, just his desire he can kill. He doesn't have to come to kill. This is nonsense. The main stuff is to mitigate the pains of separation. While playing, even Bal Gopal, while playing, he can destroy a dharma with his arms. So even Brahma was absorbed in describing the astonishing nature of Lord Krishna. So Sridhar Swami is quite so intense. There's a lot of noise coming from one of them. Is it you, Moshe?
Might be.
You have to close down your stuff. So then the question could arise, why do you use devatas for having me appear in this world? Because we remember, it's a fact, Krishna book says, devatas came on the shore of Shetadvip, where Shuddha Vishnu lives, and propitiated the Lord, please come do something, there's so many asuras. Aniruddha lives there. Remember, Aniruddha is the grandson of Lord Krishna. He lives in Shetadvip. Dhruv lives there also. And Aniruddha spoke and he told, yes, Krishna and Balaram will appear soon. But the main purpose is not to remove, that's a small job, relieving the burden of the earth. Come on. It's a small job. Why do you want me to appear? O devotees, since I live on Shvetadvip, Shvetadvip means Dhruvlok. I live there as the Purush. My name is Aniruddha. The forms of Vasudeva and Sankarshan will personally appear in this world. They are worthy of placing on my head in respect. Again, see, you can imagine, he's again going after the air. Jiva Goswami. He cannot, his anger cannot be contended. It's heavy. Even he's going in 26, now even in 27, he's going again on the air. It's like that. I don't know if you know him, he's heavy person. Yeah, so anyway, sorry. How much is giving? So someone is writing on my who is writing on my commentary here? Someone is writing. I can see some traits, some drawings, yellow drawing. It's amazing.
Sure.
Is it you? Is it someone?
No, how can we do
No.
that?
So can you imagine? Look at this. There's so many. Can you see the drawings? There's someone writing. Was it
There are some like scratches, red scratch, like
Sorry, Prabhu?
there's some like
Yeah.
Some
red
drawings, but it
scratches.
was not there before. Who is doing that? It's mystical. See how much he's putting. I mean, he cannot stop. Look at this. He's going for
Um, yeah, Prabhu,
yeah.
you can you click on undo? Then maybe it's your cursor that's,
I don't know.
you know,
I don't know how to do it.
uh,
Go then, Prabhu.
I'll show you right at the extreme end, left end.
Yeah.
You see there is this circle, and in the circle there is these 4 squares,
Yeah.
and then there's a disc next to it, a picture of a disc. I
Mm.
can see that on extreme top of your, I would say right, on your right side of the screen.
Oh, right side, sorry.
Sorry,
Mm.
usually from where we open a window or we close a window, can you see there's a disc shape?
No. I'm not so good with these things.
There's an arrow. One arrow is on anti-clockwise, and then there is another arrow which is
Yes.
that you might have done it by mistake by clicking on the
Yeah.
pen, and while you're moving your cursor.
Yeah, could be.
It's okay, Prabhu. When you will go back, it will not, unless you save it,
Yeah,
it will
true.
be okay.
Let's carry on. So 28. Yave vraje vraja pashun vishato yapitan. Palams twa jivayat anugraha drishti vrishtya. Tachudaye ti vishavirya vilola jivam. Uchata yeshyat uragam viharan ra dinyam.
Then also when the coward boys and their animals drank the poison water of the river Yamuna, after the Lord in his childhood revived them with his merciful glance, just to purify the water of the river Yamuna, he jumped into it as if playing and chastised the venomous Kalia snake, which was lurking there, its tongue emitting waves of poison. Who can perform such Herculean task but the Supreme Lord?
Yeah. So this is 28.
So,
Right.
yes, so here it's mentioned about the pastime with Kalia.
Yeah, in other words,
So that
yes, go ahead.
begins the description of the superhuman activities of Krishna.
Yeah.
So what I understand practically from 26 to verse 35, Krishna will be this, I mean, there will be more and more explanation about Krishna and his superhuman activities. Like this one mentioned about the how Kalia is chastised, and
Yeah.
so in other verses there will be mention of other superhuman activities of Krishna.
Yeah, the sweetness. In other words, the sweetness is going to take over the power of Krishna. Because Krishna has so many Shaktis. Parasha Shakti Vivideva Shruyate. So he's got sweetness Shakti, is power Shakti,
chastisement Shakti also?
Yeah, he's got, there's one Shakti, Nirodha Bhanjika Shakti. It reconciles all contradictions. Krishna is full of contradictions. You have seen Tad Dure, Tad Vantike, he's close, he's far. He's got arms, he's got no arms. So everything is reconciled within Krishna. So here, what happened in this section is bringing back to life the cows and the goats. They had drinking this poisonous water from the lake. That's his sweetness Shakti preceding. She's superseding the other Shaktis, the power Shakti of Krishna. The sweetness is moving forward now. You follow? That is, Krishna is very sweet. Madhu Mangalam is very, very sweet. So 29, Tad Karma Divyam Ivayan Nishim. I cannot even read so much this. Nishayanam Davad Nigna Suchivane Paridayamane Uneshyati Rajam Atovashitanta Kalam Netrepida Pya Sabalo Nadigamya Viryaha.
Okay, translation. On the very night of the day of the chastisement of the Kaliya snake, when the inhabitants of Brajbhumi were sleeping carefreely, there was a forest fire blazed due to the dry leaves, and it appeared that all the inhabitants were sure to meet their death. But the Lord, along with Balrama, saved them simply by closing his eyes. Such are the superhuman activities of the Lord. Hare Krishna. So this is like it's the Leela, right? Oh, what he did.
Yeah, this is the Leela of
But
burning the
I
fire.
was there too. I think yeah, there too.
Prabhu, there are two pastimes of Krishna extinguishing the fire. Like one of them is like swallowing the fire, and here it's mentioned closing the eye.
Yeah, it's a multifaceted type of Leela. It's well explained in Mahabharata. Sometimes Kaliya is killed, sometimes Kaliya is spared. Vishwanath, in his commentary, mentions that Kaliya is killed. The Leela may differ. So the night that Kaliya was killed, when the forest, dry from the summer heat, is burning due to a forest fire, it will deliver the inhabitants who were certain to die. So the forest was composed of dry reeds. He made them close their eyes. So in other words, Krishna accomplishes many tasks in one go. He kills Kaliya. At the same time, he's going to relieve the gops. The gops had drunken the water of the lake. They died. He's going to revive them. Actually, Vishwanath explained, he made them close their eyes. Krishna is like that. He can make you appear dead, but he managed to close your eyes. He himself is going to close your eyes, making everyone believe that you're dead. So now back to the forest fire. It's quite, it's a very intense section of the Mahabharata. I don't know if you remember. What happened is Krishna and Balaram were strolling down the road, not the road, even the forest. Sometimes they would take a long stroll together, talking about their military adventures, you know. And then a very fierce-looking personality came. And he was quite thin, but very fierce-looking. And he addressed them, and he was very submissive to Krishna and Arjuna. Can you please help me? And Arjun spoke. Yes, he's the prince. So yes, what can I do to help you? Who's this personality? Is Agnidev. Even Agnidev is subservient to Arjuna. Just imagine the position of Arjuna. And he said, look, I'm emaciated. I've been eating too much. I'm sick, actually. I ate too much ghee. So I need to eat this forest, Kandava forest. And of course, in that forest resides a demon who had taken shelter of
Indra.
Indradev. And Indradev, as you know, happened to be the father of Arjuna. So then Agnidev confided to Krishna and Arjuna. Each time I attempt to eat that forest, Indradev will come and pour down waters to extinguish the fire. I'm stuck. And I'm quite sick. I need to eat that forest too, with all the inhabitants inside. So then Krishna and Arjuna say, okay, we will help you. So Arjuna told Agnidev, you can go ahead and eat now. I will guard. I will make sure no one comes out. No inhabitants come out from the forest. You can eat them all. Burn, because Agnidev eats through fire, he eats through fire. And lo and behold, he started eating, and Arjuna with his weapons, his bow, prevented any jiva to come out. They had the choice, either they stay in the forest and burn alive, or they come out from the forest and they have to face the arrows of Arjuna. So they were quite stuck. One inhabitant, though, he managed to get away, and this is the demon. He was a demon, but he happened to propitiate Krishna and Arjuna. He said, look, I took shelter of Indradev. I know Agnidev wants to eat me. Please spare me. So it's very interesting to note that Arjuna, he gave shelter to Agni and he gave shelter to the demon, even though Agni wanted to eat the demon as well. So a devotee is impartial. Even Lord Ram told Lakshman, even if Ravan would come now, I would forgive him. Visulandas. So devotees are like this. Arjuna gave shelter to Agnidev. He helped him out to eat the forest, and also he gave shelter to the demon. This demon is Maya Dhanhav, and later down the road, he's going to help Krishna and Arjuna when Yudhishthira will be given a very deserted place in the kingdom. At one point, Dhritarashtra, he gave a place. Oh, naturally, I will give you half of the kingdom. And he gave a desert-like place. Nothing is growing. So then, at that time, Krishna and Vyasadeva came. And they said, no problem, take it, Yudhishthira. We'll manage something, naturally. And that demon came at that time, Maya Dhanhav, and because he had been spared by Arjuna and Krishna, he felt somewhat, he wanted to reciprocate. He was grateful. He has been spared, so let me do something for you too. And he built Indraprastha. He's the one who built Indraprastha. Indraprastha was far more superior in beauty than Hastinapur. Far more. It was on the level of Amaravati, the place of Indradev. It's mentioned in Mahabharata. It's way beyond human range. Built by Maya Dhanhav. Anyway, it's a long story. Okay, 30. Grinita yad upabonda mamusha mata shulbam sutasyana tutat tat amushyamati yad jrimbatosya vadane bhavanani gopi Samvikshya shankita mana pratibo ditatsit.
When the cowherd women, Krishna's foster mother Yashoda, was trying to tie the hands of her son with ropes, she found the rope to be always insufficient in length, and when she finally gave up, Lord Krishna by and by opened his mouth, wherein the mother found all the universes situated. Seeing this, she was doubtful in her mind, but she was convinced in a different manner of the mystic nature of her son.
Yeah. So even Jiva Goswami again on 30, he speaks. Tava kuksho sarvamidam yathabati iha. My dear Lord Krishna, the whole cosmic manifestation that we are visualizing at present is always in your body. That's a fact. Even 1.520, Narad is telling me, Idami Vishvam Bhagavati Vetara, the cosmos is within Krishna. Everything is within Krishna. Remember, he showed Mother Yashoda his mouse, tiny little mouse. The whole cosmos is in there. Although the cosmic manifestation is situated within you, you are still all pervading within it. Tvayi tat savam bhati, everything is present within you. Nothing is separated from Krishna. Everything is within Krishna. You cannot admit anything that is beyond Krishna's jurisdiction. Satosh Loki will come very soon. We're going to discuss Satosh Loki of Bhagavatam. One is saying, whatever appears to have any value, my dear Lord Brahma, this is Krishna speaking to Brahma. Whatever appears to have any value, if it is separated from me, it has no reality. It doesn't exist. Very simple. Whatever appears to have any value, if it is separated from me, it doesn't exist. So whatever people do in this world, this is separated from Krishna, it doesn't exist. What does it mean? What does it mean it doesn't exist?
Means it doesn't have any value.
Yes, 216. Nasato vidyate bhava, nabhava vidyate sataha. 216. Krishna says, whatever, how does it go? Look it up, 216.
216.
It's a beautiful verse. Nasato vidyate bhava, nasata vidyate sataha. How does it start? Beautiful verse. There is no endurance. See? Asata means non-permanent.
Those who are just-
Nasata vidyate bhava. There is no endurance of asat. Asat, it doesn't exist. Prabhupada says, look at the purport. Look at the verse itself. There is, those who are seers of the truth have concluded that of the non-existence means
The
asat,
material body.
there is no endurance. And of the eternal, the soul, there's no change. It doesn't exist. It means, why do we say it doesn't exist? Because it's constantly changing. You cannot fix it in eternity. My body, this computer, this table, everything is changing, it's decaying. It's called sadvikar. What is sadvikar? The 6 transformations. It appears in matter, it appears. This table appeared at one point. It was built by someone. As soon as it being built and laid out, it starts decaying. The very cells of the table, the cell of my body, the computer is decaying very slowly. So sadvikar, even a jiv enters the body, then birth, growth, byproduct, we have children, dwindling, 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 and then death, finish. It doesn't exist in the sense it, you cannot fix it. You cannot fix it. it's moving away, it's decaying, it's decomposing. You put an apple on the windowsill of your window, 2 days, 2 hours later, it starts rotting. 2 weeks later, it's gone. It's stinking. Everything is like that. It doesn't exist in that sense. It's asat. It's always changing. This changing in the sense sadvika, the 6 transformations. So this is the point. We are surrounded by non-existence items. You know, the only way to make it worthy is to engage it in Krishna consciousness. Yukta Vairagya. Hari Sambandhi Vastunaha. If you engage it, you engage someone in Krishna consciousness. Yes, okay. Then it starts, that person starts existing. That knife you are engaging in cutting vegetable to offer Krishna, that knife starts existing. Yes, okay. The car you are carrying their lordships to the Rath Yatra in Paris, Rath Yatra on Sunday. So yes, my car, I remember not this car, but my previous car long back, I used to carry Lord Jagannath. That car is transcendental. But as soon as you put some, you know, let's say you use your car for nonsense, it's no more transcendental. So as soon as you utilize things or persons in Krishna, it exists. Otherwise, it starts dying. Very simple. It's a very simple philosophy. Okay, I'll stop here because I have to drive to Paris today. So up and down.
Prabhu, on Sunday, I will be missing class because there is Rath
On Sunday,
Yatra.
there's no class, Prabhu. Sunday, I'm going to be all day selling books in Paris.
Oh, good then, good.
There's Rath Yatra.
We also will not, we are not
Yeah,
free.
me too. Me too. I can't be there in the
It's Rath
class.
Yatra. It's a major program.
Well, then it's good. Sunday will miss it.
Yeah, so let me stop sharing. Okay, good.
Mm.
Thank you so much for today. And we'll
Thank you,
meet
Prabhu.
again
You
on,
are sick.
next Thursday at 5 a.m. my time.
Okay.
Thursday,
Did,
Thursday
Good
or
your
night.
Wednesday?
friend, did your friend come, Prabhu?
No, he didn't come.
I see. Okay.
Prabhu, next Wednesday or next Thursday?
For me, you guys are Wednesday night, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Today's a Thursday night here.
For me, it's 7 a.m. Thursday.
Oh, okay.
So we are Thursday night today.
Yeah, you are Wednesday night, I believe, and I'm Thursday morning.
No, Thursday night. How is this Thursday night today?
Oh, it's Thursday night for you.
Yeah. Yours is Thursday morning, right? Or Friday morning?
For me, I'm getting mixed up here.
I think you must be on Friday morning, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm getting mixed up, a little sick. So today is 28. Yeah, it's Friday morning. Sorry.
Okay, good.
So by the way, shall we have it next Thursday morning or next Friday?
Yeah, any day in the weekend is good for me. But Sunday only we are busy.
Yeah. But Sunday, we still have it at, not this fun Sunday, I know, but usually we have it at 6 p.m. my time, isn't it?
Today
So,
was 5. Today is 5 your time, right?
yeah, we started up at 5 a.m. But I want to make sure I'm a little confused here. So next week, will it be Thursday morning or Friday morning?
Thursday morning for you.
Thursday morning. So let me write it down.
I better go, Hare Krishna.
Okay, Mataji, Hare Krishna. And then we'll have, so 4th of July, BV. And then we'll have on the Sunday, that is the 7th of July, we'll have at 6 p.m. my time. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Haribol.